We are one step closer to filling vacant Alabama House Seat 79. The latest on the race to the State House next on Eyewitness News. Thank you for joining us after SGA budget and finance hearings for the late edition of Eyewitness News. Covering the election tonight, we are one step closer to filling the vacant Alabama House District 79 seat, which was once held by Mike Hubbard. Hubbard, you may remember, was removed from his seat after being found guilty of 12 felony ethics violations. Last night, Joe Lavorne won the Republican nomination with 51% of the vote. There is no Democratic challenger for the seat, but last night, 21-year-old Auburn economics student Gage Fenwick is trying to get enough signatures to run on the ballot as a Libertarian. 3 years after being raided by the state, Victoryland Casino in Macon County reopened to the public on Tuesday. Victoryland owner Milton McGregor saying between 3,500 and 5,000 people were in attendance when the casino opened. Alabama Attorney General Luther Strange releasing a statement yesterday saying, quote, on March 31, 2016, the Alabama Supreme Court reinforced its previous rulings that electronic bingo is illegal. The governor has expressly told the sheriff and district attorney in Macon County that they need to do their job and enforce state gambling laws. If those law officials are disregarding the governor's orders and facilitating illegal activity, then I expect the governor to take action. I stand ready to work with the governor and the Alabama law enforcement agencies to stop illegal gambling and other crimes. Macon County Sheriff Andre Brunson says the machines were tested and are in compliance with the law. Officials warning drivers to be careful when traveling along Interstate I-85 near Moores Mill Bridge. The area has been under construction since last April as crews work to build a new bridge over the interstate. Sunday, the construction was the scene of a large accident and the cause of extensive backups on I-85. Construction is expected to continue through the end of the year. Saturdays are for friends, family, and Auburn football, but before football comes tailgating. Auburn fans gather under their white tents with their unique and catchy names. I caught up with the owners to find out how the families pick their tent names each year. Any home game here at Auburn, you can catch these big white tents on the green space in front of the stadium, and every tent has its own story. This past Saturday, I was able to catch up with a few of the tent owners and ask how exactly they come up with their tent names.
Our tent is the Top Tier Tigers.
And we're the Top Tier Tigers because this is our first year and we split off from another tent, and we feel like this is our top tier group of friends, and we get together every Saturday to cheer on the Tigers down here at Auburn. So we're Eagle.
And we chose the name Boom because we have an explosive defense.
And we chose Peeps on the Plains because we have 4 very good families from Orlando who all went to school here with our children, and they're our best friends, so they call us their Peeps. So we chose Peeps on the Plains.
Next time you are on the green space before or after a game, stop by and ask your fellow Auburn fans under the tent how they came up with their name. In Auburn, Michaela Bostick, Eagle Eye News. Keeping the tradition alive, the tents are brought to you by the Tailgate Guys. The company, which started in Auburn, now has locations in 7 college towns across the nation. After the break, we're heading inside Jordan Hare. Taylor Harrison is next in sports when Eagle Eye News returns at 7.
This is a place where it only takes a second to imagine your future. Grasp a new concept in class. Inspire a child's curiosity. Discover a real-world solution. Seize an unexpected opportunity.
There goes Davis!
This is where you gain the preparation, confidence, and determination to succeed. This is Auburn.
It's never been easier to vote. Get registered, get educated, and get to the polls. No more excuses. To find your polling place, visit vote411.org. This is a public service announcement of Eagle Eye TV, your eye on the White House.
Football brings home their first win of the season. Women's volleyball blanks Memphis to open up the Auburn Invitational, and history is made in soccer. I'm Taylor Harrison, and this is Eagle Eye Sports. The boom is back. Sean White and Kerryon Johnson led the Tigers to their first big win of the season following a devastating loss to Clemson last weekend.
The Auburn Tigers got their first win of the season, beating Arkansas State 51-14. Sean White led the team, passing 244 yards and ultimately getting 3 touchdowns, earning his spot as starting quarterback for the season.
Well, I mean, he did a great job tonight. Yeah, I mean, he's our quarterback and just did a super job. And, I think he'll have a chance to get better and better.
Tony Stevens was a strong receiver with a touchdown in each half. Kyle Davis had an amazing one-handed catch, and Trey Williams had 1 sack in the first half. Cameron Petway came in, rushing 103 yards in the first half and finishing with a total of 152 yards. Auburn's defense was able to hold Arkansas State, allowing just 2 touchdowns the entire game. Daniel Carlson showed what an athlete he is, going 3 for 3 in field goals and running 20 yards for a touchdown. Kerryon Johnson came in and proved he's one of the top running backs, finishing with 124 rushing yards and 2 touchdowns. Overall, Gus Malzahn was very happy with the way his offense and defense played and is looking forward to the matchup against Texas A&M this upcoming weekend. With Eagle Eye Sports, this has been Olivia Piazza.
And with that win, an old tradition is back. Hundreds of fans, several players, and even coach Gus Malzahn were at Toomer's Corner for the first rolling of the New Oaks. Fans will be hoping to be back there again this weekend as Auburn faces number 17, Texas A&M, in their first SEC matchup of the season. The game is set for 6 p.m. in Jordan-Hare Stadium. And staying with football, the SEC has announced the 2017 schedule. Some notable matchups for the Tigers include visiting Clemson in Week 2 and then finishing off the season with 3 straight home games, including squaring off against rivals Georgia and Alabama. History was made in Auburn soccer as Casey Ramsier surpassed Katie Fearson in all-time shot taken in Auburn program history. Take a look at some of the highlights from the game.
On Friday evening, the Auburn Tigers faced their first SEC opponent of the season and ended their 2-game losing streak with a 2-1 win over the Vanderbilt Commodores. Both teams had a physical game, with Auburn committing 10 fouls and Vanderbilt committing 13. In the 14th minute, Brooke Ramsier scored the first goal of the game for Auburn and put the Tigers up 1-0. Both teams had several scoring opportunities, with Auburn shooting at the goal 14 times and Vanderbilt shooting 7 times. The second goal of the game did not come until the second half when Kristen Dodson scored in the 73rd minute, putting the Tigers up 2-0. The Commodores responded quickly with a goal by Sasha Gray in the 74th minute. However, it was not enough, and Auburn was able to hold on thanks to Sarah LeBeau's 2 saves. Auburn's next opponent will be the Baylor Bears at the Auburn Soccer Complex Sunday at 2. For Eagle Eye Sports, I'm Meredith Brito.
Auburn's next game will be against South Carolina this Sunday at 6 p.m. at the Auburn Soccer Complex. You can catch all Auburn soccer home games locally on Weagle 91.1 FM. Women's volleyball went 2 for 1 this weekend in the Auburn Invitational. Auburn defeated both Memphis and Jacksonville 3-0, but struggled against Miami, Ohio, losing the match 3-2. Volleyball will be back in action this weekend in the Michigan Invitational. Tip-off is set for 6 p.m. on Friday. And check this out. Auburn wide receiver Kyle Davis posted a picture following Saturday's win. Forget that awesome one-handed catch. His mother, who has inflammation of the spine, has been confined to a wheelchair since Davis was 3 years old. Made it to Tiger Walk to see him. Nothing can beat that, right? Such an amazing moment for him. And if you want more sports updates throughout the week, you can just like us on Facebook at Eagle Eye TV and catch our sports report every Friday morning. You're watching Eagle Eye TV, Channel 6. We'll be right back.
So, I just moved in with this family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that. That's disgusting. Oh, poop already. You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
Our democracy is a government of the people, for the people. And let's keep it that way. Vote November 8th. Get registered. Learn the issues and cast your vote. It's really that simple. This is a public service announcement of Eagle Eye TV, your eye on the White House.
We announced a few weeks ago that Orange is the New Black star Jackie Cruz would be coming to Auburn's campus. We are excited to say that the date is finally here. In honor of Hispanic Heritage Month, Cruz will speak in the Foy Auditorium this Thursday evening at 6. This event is free to all Auburn students. Auburn University's Board of Trustees will be meeting this Friday. Several big items are on the agenda: the renovation of the Haley Center Quad, the addition of a new residence hall, and an expansion of the Recreation and Wellness Center. Eagle Eye News will have a reporter at the meeting, and we will bring you the latest on Monday. More on a story we first brought you last week. The Because This Is Auburn campaign reached its $1 billion goal in record time. The largest donation in that billion-dollar campaign is a $55 million gift. Donors John and Rosemary Brown graduated in 1957 with degrees from the College of Science and Math. In addition to the Browns' large campaign gift, they are giving an additional $2 million for students who wish to pursue degrees in the College of Sciences and Mathematics, making their donations to Auburn total a staggering $57 million. The $2 million COSAM donation is specifically for the Department of Mathematics and Statistics to help recruit and recognize a top scholar in any of the department's foundation areas of math. This is the first gift of its kind for the COSAM department. Thank you for joining us for the news at 7. For more on the latest headlines, make sure you tune in tomorrow for Studio 1105. Good night and War Eagle!